Hello, and thank you for coming to my channel, Work Online with me, and live your best life. So if you like and find the information that we're going to share here today useful, please do go ahead and click subscribe and comment below. So we're going to go ahead and get right into things today. We're going to talk a little bit about how to build your presence and followers with Instagram. So if you're working from home, you've got a website that you're trying to promote or an affiliate link, or how do you get more traffic? How do you get more people on whatever it is that you're trying to do? Instagram is a great way to do that. It's just a great way to do that. Instagram is one of the top 5 social media platforms there is worldwide, and they have over 1 billion users. And they've got over that billion users because, number one, they're owned by Facebook. Facebook has purchased Instagram, so you've got that connectivity. You absolutely want to take advantage of it, but Instagram is, to me, an easier platform to get the followers on. And so that's why we're going to talk about Instagram today. So for those of you who are newbies and beginners, this is more so for you. For anyone else, if you can get something out of this, that's great. I really kind of wanted to just concentrate on people who are just starting to work online and who may be starting to build these platforms. So obviously, the first thing that you want to do, number one, is if you do not have an Instagram page, you want to set up an Instagram page. It's relatively easy to set up Instagram. Once you have it logged in and you're starting, and you have chosen a username, and I do believe that your username should in some way represent whatever business interest you have. So you set up your username. You're going to start with that profile pic. And for those of you who want to promote yourself on Instagram, that's great. Your profile pic is you. Typically, however, if you're promoting a business that you're not directly linked to, in other words, that most people don't know you own or what have you, you want to use that business's actual photo in your profile pic so that everything ties together, and it just makes it easier for people to find you, and it makes it easier for people to follow you. So once again, if you're going to promote yourself, that's fine, but if you have a business or something and you're not promoting yourself, do make sure that that profile pic is your logo or something that's related to your business. So that's one. The profile pic is 2. The third thing you want to look at is your bio. So when you describe yourself in the bio or your business in the bio, obviously you want to make sure that things are relatable to whatever business or whatever it is you're promoting. You want to give that description in the bio. And when you go to that bio, make sure that you add a link in the bio to whatever it is you're doing. So make sure that your link is in the bio. And I like for mine to be what I call above the fold. In other words, I don't want you to hit more and then have to read down and then find my link there. I like for my link to always be visible. I think it's just easier for people to find that way, and then it's easier for them to follow you on whatever it is you're trying to do that way. So I always like to keep my link above the fold. But once again, you want the description, and I just put, a couple of paragraphs or a couple of sentences there. You want your link there, and then you want a couple of quick blurbs. So if you'll take a minute to look at maybe some of the top YouTube influencers or people on YouTube, you'll notice that they'll have quick blurbs, internet marketer or fashion guru or whatever it is they're trying to do there. They may have 2 or 3 of those, and it's just a quick way for people to identify what you are and what you're doing and what you're about. So those are the first 3 things you want to do, and that's all with setting up your Instagram page. Okay, for those of you who have not set it up before, fine, that'll help you. For those of you who may have some of those things, you may want to change. The next thing you want to do is, after you're set up, create your first post or create a post. Now, I will tell you this, posts should be relatable to, once again, your profile, your description. If, for instance, I'm going to use an example of pet supplies. So we do maybe cute little things for the doggies. So let's just say that ribbons, bows, whatever, clothing, whatever. We do cute things for the doggy. Just as an example, I want my post to be relatable to that. So I want the dog to be wearing something, or I want to see a picture of a person with a dog. It has to be something that's centered around that dog and that product. because that's what my station's about. That's what people should know me for. That's called relatable content, and I always want to keep my content relatable. Okay, so I always want to make sure that whatever I post there is about the same thing, in the same genre. You'll notice that some people will have what I call specific genres, and some people will have color schemes. But whatever works for what you're doing is the way you want to do. You just want to make sure that it is relative and relatable to your actual business. The next thing you want to make sure that you do is you want to post on Instagram daily. So that algorithm, of course, like most social media algorithms, look at, how often you post and what have you. Instagram likes for you to post at least once a day, and best to do it during peak hours. Now, if you don't know peak hours, that's fine. You can do a simple Google search for peak hours. Okay, so it's really easy to find peak hours. But if you do know peak hours, then you make sure that you are posting at least once a day during peak hours. You want to make sure that you do connect to the Facebook platform at the very least. Now, there are some others that are automatically connected to Instagram, Twitter, I think Tumblr. I don't know how many people still use Tumblr, but Twitter and Tumblr for sure. But you want to make sure that you absolutely connect to Facebook. Most of us have some sort of Facebook presence, and it's good for people to know what you're doing. So do connect to Facebook. And Instagram, once you're connected to Facebook, if you'll flip the little button that says Facebook and make sure that that's on, Instagram will automatically always send your post over to Facebook, so you don't have to post in both places every day. Okay, so that's the next thing you want to do. You want to make sure that you tag influencers, followers, or locations. So tagging people and followers and locations and commenting on their posts can get people interested. Because if people are commenting on your posts, unless there's just you have an extreme amount, you've already got a following, you should typically comment back. Like it. Let them know that you've seen their comment. Okay, that keeps people interested and engaged with you, and that'll help increase your followers. So follow those influential people or followers or locations, and at some point you'll start to notice that traffic will pick up and people will start to follow you back. Hashtags. Let's talk a little bit about hashtags, because hashtags on Instagram are still king. Hashtags are king. They're very important to helping to build your following and build your following quickly, because people still do look up categories, right? So you definitely want to make sure that at the end of your post in the description, you add hashtags. Now, some people don't like for the hashtags to be visible, so they'll go down a couple of lines before they add those hashtags, but you definitely do want to add hashtags. If you have a product or service that you can sell on Instagram. So, and that comes a little bit later. If you're not, if you're trying to do something free now, that's fine. But when you can and you have that opportunity, sell on Instagram. Instagram is, once again, a platform with over 1 billion users. So you're putting your product out there, and you've got 1 billion chances for one person to say, hey, I want this product. And trust me, more than one person will want or need your product if you've propositioned it correctly. So absolutely do promote your products and your services through ads on Instagram. Last two things that I'm going to share with you today, and the first is ask questions. When you create your post and you're going to put that description there, make it in the form of a question. You will be surprised at how many people will respond and answer back and start to follow you. Okay, so it's a really, really great tool to have people make sure that they're joining along and following you. And finally, my final tip of today, and obviously this is the last one that I have today. It's not the least. There are others out there, but this one is very helpful as well, and it's to run a contest or a giveaway. So when you run a contest or giveaway, if you're giving away things for free, people are going to jump on the bandwagon because people like free. You like free, so do others. So if you're going to give away something, it's a great promotional tool for you, and you get plenty of followers just by going ahead, having a contest or a promotion. And once again, you'll see those followers grow. So that's all I have for you all today. Once again, I want to keep this really short. If any of this information was useful, please do go ahead and subscribe below. If you have a question, if you feel like I could have done something a little bit differently, or if you just want to, go ahead and comment below as well. And I do go ahead and look at those and answer those so that we can go ahead and get you the information that you need. And we appreciate your time today. Thanks for your time. We appreciate you here at Work Online with me so that you can live your best life.